Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today we are going to be doing the 7th part of What If Goku Had MAHORAGA'S adaptability. Please like the video if you haven't already and subscribe, it's totally free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. There's nothing much else I'd like to say in the intro, so without further ado let's get into the video.
Slick talker since a jet. Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag, disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
Now the next arc is the Tournament of Power arc. Goku manages to meet Zeno, and from his power, Zeno's guard seems slightly more on edge than usual. Angels are bound by their moral code, but mortals are only bound by their own creed. Zeno sees no use in doing the Tournament of Power since Goku would just wipe the floor with pretty much everybody that he tries to fight. He is above literal angels and no other mortal has managed to surpass Beerus in power. Therefore, all Zeno asks for is a battle with Goku. A battle between an angel and Goku to see who comes out on top. Whis is up for the challenge and swivels his staff as he opposes Goku. You know what to do, Goku, just like we've done in the past, Whis states, aiming his staff at him. Of course, Goku states, making his own stance. He begins in his base form and charges off at Whis, throwing a punch that he seamlessly evades. He then wallops Goku in his gut with his staff, only to see him not react in the slightest. Goku has almost adapted to fight like a bull that endures any damage inflicted. The attack barely felt like anything worth thinking twice about for him. Goku wasn't going to hit Whis in just his base form, and he then enters his mastered Ultra Instinct form. Whis is taken aback by the power he possesses. It seems akin to a god and Zeno can't take his eyes off him. Upon feeling this, Goku feels the need to go further. He wonders if he could stack Kaioken onto this form of his. Only one way to find out, he thinks, before roaring. Kaioken times 10, he declares, becoming cloaked in an intense red aura. Within the center is a majestic Ultra Instinct aura and his power has now increased by tenfold. He's applied a 10 times amplification to his strength, unbelievable, Whis realizes. Goku storms forward and takes him by surprise, causing him to take a punch to the gut. This launches Whis back, then Goku chases right after him in this form. He does feel heavy strain on his body at first, but it slowly and steadily fades away. Whis just about dodges the first punch he throws, only to get hit with a devastating strike to his head. He ends up coughing out blood and tries to throw down his staff to hit the approaching Saiyan. However, he slips past his attack and lands a final punch before Beerus looks very concerned. With all due respect, Lord Zeno, but it looks like Whis is sustaining significant injury, Beerus comments, while his eyes flick from point to track the fighters. Their battle sounds like an intense earthquake, and even the floating planet they're on quakes under the pressure. Yes, I agree with you there, Beerus. Goku, the Grand Priest declares. Goku grinds to a halt and his Kaioken fades, then he notices just how injured Whis is. His clothes look tattered and his body looks weak and injured. He has a heavy pant and Goku starts feeling incredibly bad for what he's done. I'm sorry, Master, I think I got too carried away, Goku says, bowing to Whis. Don't worry, it seems like the only viable sparring partner for you left is my father, Whis weakly says, while laughing. Goku returns to Earth this time, and after receiving so much power he decides to take training a little more lightly. During this time, Goten is given the green light by Chi-Chi after enough pressure from Goku to train under Whis and Beerus. The youngling is quite weak to begin with and can't even spar Vegeta, but he soon reaches his level in a very short period of time. He gains Super Saiyan Blue quite quickly and begins mastering the form with insane pace. In mere months, the young boy gains access to the power of Ultra Instinct Omen. Whis cannot believe that a mere child has managed to use a technique that takes gods of destruction insanely long periods of time to attain. For the next arc that comes along, Goku doesn't seem too interested in the power of Broly. The fighters that resist him are instead Gohan, Goten and Vegeta. You two won't be needed, I'll dismantle this fighter myself, Vegeta declares, making his stance. Vegeta is immensely stronger in this timeline after sparring a much more active Beerus and people like Goten and Gohan. Once Goten reached his strength, it was some great practice for him to spar him. Even now, Vegeta can still spar Goten if he uses his base form while he uses Super Saiyan Blue evolution. Broly screams and mindlessly zooms at him, clashing with him. The start of their bout goes pretty similar and Broly's power only continues to climb. Is he adapting like us, Goten asks, while watching. No, he's still getting hurt by Vegeta's punches. It seems that his power is just climbing as he fights. A true warrior, Gohan replies, watching on. Soon enough, Akari Broly has Vegeta by the neck and he snarls at him. Vegeta, even in Super Saiyan Blue evolution, struggles to release himself. His vision starts to blur, and before he loses consciousness, Goten arrives to kick Broly right in his chest. This causes Vegeta to be released, and Goten is already in Super Saiyan Blue when he does this. "Don't worry Vegeta, I'll take it from here," Goten states, before zooming right toward Broly. The brazen warrior doesn't think twice about running forward himself, but all that happens is that he receives a heavy blow to his gut. Goten then wipes the floor with the Saiyan, and it seems that Broly has absolutely no chance of winning. Frieza then takes the chance to take out MAHORAGA'S to ignite Broly's latent potential in the form of Super Saiyan. However, Goten can still easily overpower him. Broly's power is growing, but the gap between them is too large. Goten doesn't have that killer instinct that Gogeta does, and has never really been in a high stakes battle like this before. He doesn't know what to do with Broly since he doesn't want to kill him. Broly transforms further into his full power Super Saiyan mode and attempts to try and attack Goten once again, but in his advance he vanishes. Chi has sent him back to his home planet, and the fight pretty much comes to an end there. They see the potential in Broly, and once they inform Whis of his existence, he doesn't want a violent, uncontrollable Saiyan with basically unlimited power running around. Therefore, he takes the Saiyan under his wing and immediately begins to work on his control. The ultra-powerful warrior Morrow is revealed, and Goku is currently meditating in the skies on Earth. Upon achieving angelic levels of strength, Goku has just been testing his power with the use of Kaioken. As he's been doing so, his power level has been climbing, and his durability with Ultra Instinct and Kaioken together has only continued to climb too. Now he's considerably stronger than Whis, and the only person left for him to surpass is the Grand Priest. Using the advice that Whis gave him, he doesn't want to drive up his power to ascend him just yet. Whis feels very uneasy with Immortal being second to the king of everything, and just doesn't want him to grow further just yet. The other scary thing is that Goku might possibly become resistant to Zeno's Erasure powers, and once that happens, he will become the supreme being of the multiverse. Beerus arrives, and his ship arrives just beside him. Beerus flies out to stand beside Goku, who seems relaxed due to the key signatures that he feels. "Who are you?" he asks, upon opening his eyes. Beerus explains the entire threat of Morrow to Goku, and the Saiyan becomes intrigued by the prospect of facing this being. Goku heads to planet Namek, where he finds the being that is Morrow. Upon arriving, Goku can feel the dying souls within him even more strongly now. It's almost unnerving, but it makes him feel more interested in the foe he's about to face. Morrow races toward Goku and throws a punch to his body to see him not move at all. Following this, he steps back, then begins using the planet to hurl waves of energy at him forcefully. Goku once again stands in the energy waves, and once he is revealed once again, he has no injuries whatsoever. Goku then theorizes something after thinking of his power. If he contains souls, surely his Force Spirit Fission should work like it worked with Cell when Krillin used it. Morrow charges at him again, annoyed that his attacks have done nothing, but as he advances, Goku just unleashes a wave of blows onto his body. He begins releasing the souls from within him on basically every strike and leaves him heavily weakened and frail. He looks even older than he once was, and Goku just smirks. A simple ki blast dismantles the warrior before he becomes a serious threat, and the threat of Morrow is totally removed now. Next is the Granola arc. Granola cannot wish for himself to become the strongest in the universe because the Dragon Torombo simply cannot complete that request. Goku is insanely strong and his life force cannot allow him to do such, and Minato eventually calms him down once he realizes what he's doing. What does happen though is the return of Frieza in the form of Black Frieza. Goku is out with his family and Vegeta's family as they have reunited after the events of Morrow. Whis and Beerus wanted to head to Earth to taste some of its delightful delectables, and as they chill at the capsule corp, Frieza arrives in the sky. Goku, while chomping down on his meal, stops moving entirely before he looks up to the sky at the key signature. The other fighters look far more uneasy than he is, but he just teleports to arrive in front of Frieza. "What do you want?" he asks, with an annoyed facial expression. "Don't address me in such a rude way. I've been away training for an entire decade, and now I have immeasurable amounts of power. Your little tricks will do nothing to me now," Frieza declares before he powers up. The other people are ordered by Vegeta to exit the area, and he makes sure his son is safe from the battlefield. Goku remains in his base form upon seeing this transformation and nods with respect. "I respect you, Frieza. You are really strong, much stronger than I ever would have thought you'd become. However, do you know how strong I am?" Goku asks, making Frieza startled. For him to ask this question after seeing this transformation makes him slightly uneasy, but his ego justifies the situation quickly. How could a mere Saiyan still be superior to him after 10 years of training? He believes he's the strongest, no matter what evidence presents itself. "Now that you're here, I might as well break my limit. Sorry, Whis," Goku says before beginning his transformation. Just his transformation makes the entire planet quake and the world becomes very unsettled. Just Super Saiyan 3 Goku shattered billboards and towers in canon, so this form of Goku is a completely different beast. He enters Mastered Ultra Instinct, then begins charging his ki as much as possible. He's throwing a dice with this transformation here in terms of its success, but it's so thrilling that he can't stop himself. His Mahoraga wheel spins and spins, then he enters Kaioken times 15. His body continues to adapt to his power, and as he powers up, he gains the attention of Whis and Beerus. No way, Whis calls out upon feeling his strength. He's about to become the strongest being in the multiverse, Whis realizes, before forming an energy barrier around the two fighters. The energy he's releasing is too great, and he's already caused a planet-wide storm. His power continues to climb before his aura expands greatly. Kaioken times 50. Frieza is blinded by the light released, even with his eyes being closed, and he grunts in agony as this happens. The light dies down and Goku stands over Frieza with his ticking Mahoraga wheel behind him. His aura is large and encompasses a decently large portion of the energy shield around him. Just his transformation has cracked the energy shield, and Whis is using all his effort to contain him. Frieza is left speechless. He just looks up and down at the Saiyan and his majestic aura. Even though he can't sense ki, he can physically feel the intense pressure coming from him. He did it. He actually did it, Beerus says, laughing. What's going on? Goten asks, upon looking at the awe-stricken warriors. Your father has just become the strongest fighter in the multiverse, above any god, any angel, the perfect warrior, Beerus replies, without taking his eyes off Goku. From outside the universe, the Grand Priest can't stop smiling as he sees this happen. A mortal that has surpassed myself. What a spectacle, the Grand Priest says. No way, Goku's super strong, Zeno replies, more than excited. Goku lifts his right finger and just releases a pure white ki blast that vaporizes the Emperor. Steam emits off his palm and he then returns to his base form and exhales. The energy barrier around him vanishes and he just dusts off his hands. How does it feel, Goku? Whis asks, now by his side. How does what feel? Goku replies, slightly confused by his question. You've surpassed my father, Goku. You're now the strongest being in the entire multiverse, Whis announces. Goku is silent for a few seconds after hearing this, then he just laughs to himself. Wow, he says, looking down at his palms. So that will conclude the final part to What If Goku had Mahoraga's adaptability. I'm sorry for the particularly short video, but there literally wasn't any content for me to cover, so I had to end it here. I just want to thank you guys for all of the support I've had on this What If series. It's been amazing to see. This has been one of my favourite What Ifs to make, and I can't wait to get on to the next one. Tell me something you liked about this video or something that I should improve on for the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.